Alright, let's get started. This is my third or fourth reading of the day. I'm getting into the flow, I think, now. Getting into the flow, But who am I reading for? Gemini. I'm Gemini rising, so we have that in common. Let's see what is going on. Also, actually, before we start, I feel like I should be adding this now to all of them. To all of my readings. Gemini is in the planet of Jupiter. Things are going well for you. That much I can tell you without even looking at the cards. So there's my little bit of astrology, because it does say tarot and astrology, but I don't know. I know like hardly anything about astrology, but that will change because I'm going to study up. But tarot I've been doing for like 10 years, so I know what I'm talking about. But that's enough about me. It's about you, Gemini. So that's my that was my fairly confident, prideful, maybe arrogant side of my personality, but now you'll see the humility, the side of my personality in the reading, as I'm quite respectful of the cards, as you'll see. So I'm a bit Gemini in that way. Split personality, Jekyll and Hyde, the dark half, Stephen King, that sort of thing. Okay, right, we're ready to rock and roll. I think I've done that 3 times. What we're going to do is a Celtic cross spread, and then I might jump around and do a few tricks. Sometimes happens. So what you're going through right now, we've got in reverse the King of Cups. So you've maybe got the beginning of seasonal affective disorder, where you're starting to get a bit down about the weather, maybe, or maybe it's actually something that's happened, but you're starting to feel a bit down. And I'm sorry to hear that. I really am, because some of us have been going through a really difficult time, but it looks like this season, November, is the beginning of it. I feel like some of you dread this time of year, maybe even, but you're kind of like, well, it'll be all right, I'll handle it, because that's the Gemini side of you, which is where there's 2 of you, but you know which one to listen to. So what's crossing you right now? Yeah, exactly. See, I knew this is going to happen. You got water, Ace of Cups, and then you have King of Wands, which are complete opposites. Fire, water. The Ace, the beginning, the King, the ending, crossing you. So, yeah, I feel like you're quite anxious just about the season. I would say I don't want to overinterpret this one. But you know that your passions, things you enjoy, like doing art, or if it's exercise, going for a run, if it's dance, if it's acting, anything, your passions, your talents are going to get you through. You know you're going to enjoy these months. You just might have some quiet nights in your duvet this month as well, okay, in November. So, just take care of yourself. So underneath, what's hindering you? It was in the positive, the 6 of Wands. So you're kind of dancing in the prison, in a way. Like you start to feel that, like a halo or like a negative cloud coming, but you're kind of dancing through it, and you're already like kissing the cheek of your shadow. In a way, you're like, come on, bring it on. I know this is happening. But that could also be like turning away from it, because you are a Gemini, so you are conflicted about most things. There's some conflict. It's very hard to be a Gemini, actually. I think through experience, from knowing Gemini, it's hard for them to make decisions and have integrity. And it doesn't mean they don't have integrity, but they find it hard to be one. And then help. You've got the Queen of Wands. So this could be the help of someone who understands what you're passionate about. This could be your mentor in your passion. So like if you go to an evening art class, and you get on well with the teacher, that could be like the Queen of Wands. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a man or a woman, But this I feel like is a person. I don't think this is you, because you're in conflict. This person is solidly a fire in your life. You know who they are. They burn everything up, in a good way though, not a bad way. And they're really going to help you through November. So, immediate past, what have we got? The Seven of Pentacles. So, it looks like in the past you've had this weird sense of contentment recently, particularly financially. Like you've just had enough money, I think. Had this weird sense of contentment, but then kind of the skeleton is looking over your shoulder, and that's kind of where you are now, I think, is in that place where the skeleton's been like, I'm a skeleton, that sort of thing. I'm still here. But in the future, the Page of Swords. So this would normally, in terms of personages, would be a young person who's very what's the word? Very they have a good intellect, so they can really help you think about the problem without getting run away with fantasy and thoughts like that. It might be a younger person. It might even be a family member, like your son or an uncle. I feel like it's a male person, but they're going to help you like sort of dance your way through this, help you navigate. They might be that person that helps you to just sit down and just write out what you need and kind of get you the plan, the organization, the will to get through your kind of seasonal affective disorder, which I'm describing as a metaphor, not as an actual. I'm not a diagnosed. I mean, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm a tarot reader, and we're just vibing, shall we say, about fate and destiny and all that. Okay, so that's in the immediate future. So it looks like somebody who's very acute with their thoughts, and you know that they think well, they think solidly, they have integrity, they're reliable, but I believe they're younger than you, or at least the same age as you. You know who this person is. So what other people can do to help you is the Seven of Wands, is to kind of surround you with your options and speak, because it's thought. Swords are sharp as well. And then they're not, oh sorry, it's wands. It's not swords, it's wands. But so they can kind of stick the posts in that you can then build a tent on, and you'll be doing that yourself, but they'll be giving you a hug whilst you kind of figure it out. But they'll sort of lay out. Probably the page will probably be like, and maybe even the Queen of Wands, they'll be like, together, they'll be like, you've got 4 options. You can do this, you can start this course, you go to these evening classes, here's your finance. And between them, they'll help you. I don't feel like this month the problem, or not the problem, but the confusion that you have is going to be solved by you. I think you don't need to worry. There's help. There's help for you from other people. But next card is what you can do. What you can do for you is Five of Pentacles reversed. So think about where you're spending your money. I'll show you the card. That's it in the positive. That's it in the negative. So in the negative, it looks like a seed. The money, the pentacles, kind of look like a seed. Be careful where you invest materially or energetically. But I think more it'd be like you're thinking about something that you might have to invest in, like a course, or hiring someone to help you in some way do something. It could be like picking a tarot reader and paying them for a reading, for all I know. But yeah, be very careful this month, with like budgeting, and take advice as well, obviously. That's been shown here. So, but budget, or at least if not budgeting, just know you're sure about what you want to spend your money on, and that's going to get you some kind of freedom in the future. So, okay, the last card, the outcome, the Knight of Swords. It's quite a nice card, actually. I haven't seen this one before. So this is the outcome. It means you're going to kind of cut down to 2 thoughts, which, as a Gemini, I think is kind of ironic because they can be quite split personality. But anyway, you're going to figure out into sort of 2 directions that you can think about with this help, with the finance. And you, at the end of the reading is you get to make a choice that you've thought through with friends, so you feel safe about it. But there's going to be 2 options for you. 2 options for you are in the future. So that's the end of the reading, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I just end with one question about that sort of, that you always have a choice. So how different would it be if the same thing started looking now like nothing else would really change if it didn't? And thank you for liking, subscribing, supporting me. I really appreciate it, and for telling your friends about me. And keep watching, and keep watching this space. Look after yourself.